Hey, legends, and welcome back to The Breakdown from The Gathering, where we unpack the boldest moves in marketing, culture, and brand building.
We break down the campaigns, collabs, and cultural moments that are winning attention and the takeaways that you can use to push your brand further.
This week, we've got Netflix turning shows into immersive worlds, Tiffany dazzling at the US Open, Build-A-Bear's breakout on Wall Street, and athletes brewing beer communities.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. First up, Netflix House.
Yeah, Netflix House. This is exciting, actually.
I'm excited. I want to go into my shows.
Oh, yeah, it's fully immersive. Well, maybe not fully immersive because I think Squid Game is one of them, but immersive. Let's say it's immersive. So, what is it?
So in case you missed it, Netflix is expanding from just being a streaming service, is now building 100,000 foot houses, immersive experiential houses where you are going to be able to not just watch your favorite shows like Stranger Things or Squid Games, but you're going to be able to live them. So this is a really cool case study in experiential brand building and cultural relevance.
I also love it because it's like Netflix is this digital disruptor brand that
100%.
has turned media upside down and then now is coming into physical retail spaces and creating, you could say that Netflix pulled everybody out of movie theaters, but now they're almost bringing them back into a redesigned experience of physical in-person encounters. I love it. I think it's smart.
Yeah, I think it is smart. And I think, to remain relevant, you have to give people something to participate in. And I think that this is what people want right now. They want to step out. They want to experience. They want to feel things. I think we're all numbing in the scroll all the time. So, totally. It's paying attention. And I think it's really cool. The first one is in Philadelphia. And then Dallas and then Vegas will be soon after, which makes sense. Next year. Yeah.
It's going to be somewhat rotating as I understand it. So they're starting with their anchor properties right now, but the experiences can adapt and change over time. They're building it in sort of you might say a modular way so that they can shift things over. It includes games from Squid Games.
That's cool.
Not all of them and not all the way to the edge, but I think you maybe just are out when you're instead of being killed, I imagine. I don't know. But
I didn't get into the whole I'm aware, but Squid Games wasn't my vibe. I think it's just another great way, an example of how can we own our customers' attention. There's so many new streaming services now too. So
when you have a fan, I think a community of fans, the next thing you want to start doing is seeing what kinds of different ways you can encounter them. And I think about Lego as an example. Lego has had
such a good example.
Classic, a massive following of passionate communities through generations. They crushed it with Legoland. They have several Legolands, which are major tourist draws and revenue generating properties. And then they got into the media game with the Lego movies, which was such a great story.
That was really what they were about to be bankrupt and out of business, right? And then it was the movie that
it was the first Lego movie that they kind of went all in on it with the marketing budget, said, you know what if we tried this? And they hit it out of the park, reinvigorated the brand. Really great story. I think Disney is an obvious comparison. Disney started as a media company with multiple really favored media properties and then moved into Disneyland and those kinds of experiences.
Totally.
I think Netflix following in the footsteps of these great brands is a really natural progression for them, but it doesn't always work. Have you ever heard of Sega World?
No, I never have heard of Sega World.
Sega World was Sega Systems' endeavor into the physical experience, moving from digital into physical experiences.
Wow. When was this?
1996 to 2000 before it was shut down.
Crazy.
Have you ever heard of Hard Rock World? Or I think it was
different from the Hard Rock Cafe.
I would say grander than the Hard Rock
Okay.
Cafe, but it is Hard Rock.
I have frequented many Hard Rock cafes in my life, but I've never heard of Hard Rock World.
They put in $400 million
Wow.
to build like a musical theme park, and they needed approximately 3 million people to break even on the endeavor every year. And the first year they got just 1 million people through the doors to shut the whole thing down.
The math doesn't math
It
there.
didn't math. Yeah.
No, the math doesn't math.
On the other hand, Peppa Pig theme land still running strong in Florida. So, I mean, it's hard to say what wins and what doesn't win in these situations, but I think my money's on Netflix. Seems like a smart play. I think they've built it to be adaptable.
Totally
I'm
agree.
excited to check it out.
So a question that we can take from this is, what would it look like if your brand became a place or a ritual?
What would it look like to have an in real life experience with your community?
What would be the experience, the adventure that you want to give people?
Yeah.
It's the first week of September. Everyone's getting back into the swing of things.
Yeah. Everybody's hung up their whites.
Except for those at the US Open.
Correct.
This week.
And the US Open is running full force right now. And alongside that is Tiffany's is back for the third year with their immersive pop-up experience at the US Open.
It looks amazing. I have so much FOMO, and now I want to play tennis.
Yeah. These pop-ups, like, they're amazing, like art installations, I think, especially Tiffany's. Like, it's an incredible spectacle, you might say. So if you're a brand that's like aspiring to sell for a premium over your competitors, this is a masterclass in how to do that.
Oh, well, I didn't realize until I was looking into this, like how embedded Tiffany's has been in tennis.
Right.
So since 1987, the US Open trophies are actually made by Tiffany's.
Yes.
Which is so smart.
Totally. So smart. And that is, what is it? 38 years of making the trophies every single year.
I was born in 1987.
So it's somewhere, it could be less than 38 years.
Don't tell them. Don't tell them how old it is.
But Tiffany's has been making trophies for sports for more than 160 years. So they started with the Woodland vase. We'll bring an image of that up. But now they also make the Vince Lombardi trophy, the Larry O'Brien trophy for the NBA. There's a bunch of other ones, and obviously the U.S. Open trophy, which they're beautiful to look at.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you're the U.S. Open, who else would you call? I don't know. Like, you're not going down to like Sports Shack trophy corner store.
No, definitely not.
It's got to be a little bit elevated.
A little elevated. Yeah. Why don't we see what Chris Nealon has to say about this?
Chris?
Thanks for letting me weigh in on this recent brand activation. I think it was masterfully done, and I think three big things came to my mind as I learned about it. I wish I could see it in person. I would have, I don't think the pictures have done it justice. Tiffany, I don't think people realize just how remarkable of a company Tiffany Co actually is. I think, as you mentioned earlier, they've been doing this since the mid 1800s. I love the fact that at the gathering, we keep finding Centurion plus brands that have been at it for decades. And there's just something we need to do a better job as an industry understanding how hard it is to be relevant for over 100 years and really start to decode what is it about their belief system and their behaviors that allow them to adapt so well. I worry that when people read this Tiffany's case study, they will dismiss it as a luxury brand. And they will say, well, I'm not in luxury, therefore none of this applies to me. I think what they did is just a great example of brand building. The fact that they did it with 36 karat diamond tennis balls and over the top, trophies can be, the things they did, or maybe even the level of investment they made could be reserved for luxury brands with ridiculous margins. But the decision to activate with that audience, the decision to do it first class, in whatever first class means within your industry and your budget. The decision to commingle in real life experiences, to have things in there that you kind of have to see to believe, mixed with meta and AI so that it's more shareable and digestible and accessible for people that couldn't be there, is just good best practices for brand activations in general. And I think that the intelligence, or not even intelligence, maybe just even the common sense to say, for a brand that sort of needs to be touched or seen or worn, you're not going to do that on meta ads. You're not going to do that on TikTok influencer videos. Like, we've gotten so lazy as marketers to think that we can just programmatic media buy our way through all of this, that we have forgotten the importance of in real life. I think that there's applications for luxury brands, consumer brands, B2B brands, even something associated with the gathering, of like allowing people to have all of their senses activated in association with your brand is so much more memorable than any sort of paid media communication. And I think people just have the art of activating in a memorable way seems to have been lost. We're seeing it a little bit. We were riffing earlier about the Wendy's activation with Wednesday. Like, somebody really thought through that, or the Stranger Things pop-ups with Netflix. Somebody really thought through that. And what Tiffany's reminded us is there's a lot of intentionality. They said, we're not just going to do the bare minimum. We're not just going to write the sponsorship check and be done. We're going to bring our brand to life in a really exciting way that everybody that's there is going to say, have you been in the Tiffany's tent? And everybody that's there in the tent is going to say, I got to take a picture of this and share it because that's incredible, right? And then the last thought I had is, I love the fact that they've associated themselves with trophies. I think that they do 50 or 60 a year. I mean, this is for the tennis championship, but it is a interesting niche to be associated with that level of excellence, both as people who are great at the sport to win it, but also the events themselves and the media attention that comes from champions. And I just think that it's a very clever, brand appropriate way to say, trophies sort of are, and I don't know if I call them jewelry, but they're an accessory to mark a milestone, which is why you buy an expensive ring or a great watch or a nice necklace anyway. It's in the business of lasting memories. So I don't know if they have a monopoly on it. I'm not up to date on all the other top tier trophy manufacturers. But when I learned about that, and that this isn't something that they're doing just for tennis, and this isn't something they're doing just recently, this has been part of their pedigree from the beginning. The same way you might see Rolex timepieces at different events. It's like there's kind of oh yeah, that makes perfect sense, brand association.
Thank you, Chris. That was insightful as usual.
Always appreciate you stopping by.
Build-A-Bear, which was founded in 1997 in St. Louis, has shocked Wall Street with its incredible performance over the course of the last 4 or 5 years. In 2020, when you think about like where we were at with like the pandemic and all of the sort of physical experiences being shut down, basically every retail brand that relied on mall traffic for its business, all of their stock prices tanked. Build-A-Bear was trading at just above $2 a bear, sorry, $2 a stock. And now it's running at like $65 a stock. It's had an incredible rally over the course of the last 4 years. And I think everyone is kind of sleeping on it.
Crazy.
Everybody kind of assumes, oh, Build-A-Bear, let's put it in the same category as Toys R Us, which like the whole category has been disrupted. Lots of bankruptcies, lots of shutdowns. But Build-A-Bear has just been silently plugging away, making good business decisions, but never leaving what it is that they do. They're so focused. They're this moment, this ritual of gift giving. It's a ritual for young people that after like 20 8 years, you're starting to get into like multi-generations of
Yeah,
giving. So
wow.
you're creating
That's
some like
cool.
real deep rituals with
Yeah.
people. Last up on the breakdown, we have got athletes creating near beers.
Athletes Brewing Community, from ice to ales.
From ice to ales, we've got, I think it was just like last week, maybe it was 2 weeks ago now, Tyson Berry retired from the NHL. And the next day, basically, announced his new beer brand, Chili Ones. I love it. Chili Ones
good name.
yeah, it's a great
I like
great
it.
name.
Grab me a chili one.
These are
Just sounds
crushable
good.
light beers. They are, I think, 3% ABV. They also have a 0%
That's
in the
awesome.
lineup. This is launching first in Alberta and BC and Colorado, and then moving across the states from there. It's the latest in the line of athletes getting into near beers, non-alcoholic or low
I'm
alcoholic
loving
beverages.
the non-alc culture, and
Yeah.
just loving to see more brands come forward, more options. The next generation is doing a lot of zebra striping. Do you know what that is?
No, what's zebra striping?
Zebra striping. So this is how you can last all night. You can have one regular beer and one near beer.
Oh.
And so you're switching from
alternating
from one to another. So really lowering consumption.
Yeah.
But still being able to partake in the experience.
Interesting. So I think also Gen Z has, like, the statistics around their alcohol consumption in general is like the lowest in
They're looking at
maybe
us
history.
millennials and boomers above them, and they're like,
They look
you
tired.
guys really screwed this up. We do not want to be you. They are taking care of themselves.
Yeah, good for them. Drinking water, AG1.
Yeah.
Why
I
not?
like it. So why does this matter?
Well, I think that it's, I think there's many, this isn't the first athletic or athlete backed low alcohol beverage. I think, or just athlete backed alcohol beverage. Like, I think the Kelsey brothers have garage beer. I think that's like a regular ABV. There is Athletic Brewing Co., which is a non-alcohol beer, and it's backed by
great branding. I like it.
Yeah, great branding. Bunch of different NFL athletes, and Lance Armstrong is in there. I think that there's several hundred different celebrity tequila brands at this point.
This is not new. Like alcohol,
It's not new.
like celebrity endorsements on alcohol brands. It's not new. It's a tried and tested method, right? But it's like,
Totally.
we trust that face, so we're gonna drink your drink. It's good.
I think though, like hockey players, beer is part of hockey culture.
Yeah,
for sure.
The name fits. Being a
persona
part,
is strong.
100%.
I heard that there were a couple of musicians that were involved in this. Somebody from the Lumineers is an investor. Nathaniel Ratcliffe is an investor. So it seems like they've got a cool team behind it. I'm bullish on Chili Ones. I think it's going to work.
I like it.
I hope it works. Maybe we'll see him at the gathering.
Pass me a chili one.
Give me a chili one. There we go.
What's the takeaway?
Don't bother launching a beer brand if you don't have an athlete.
If you're not,
there's too many.
Don't launch anything unless you have an athlete as the face of it.
Yeah, well, seriously, are you going to go up against the Kelsey brothers?
We love
all they need to do is ask
sports track.
Sweet Taylor to give them a lift, and their beer brand is on its way.
Update,
I guess they can do
since
it.
Our last brand breakdown, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged.
Oh no, that is since our last breakdown. That happened
They broke the internet the next day.
From Netflix to Tiffany, Build-A-Bear to Athlete Brews, the through line is bold leadership that turns products into platforms for belonging. The most successful brands aren't just chasing attention, they're creating communities, rituals, and experiences that invite people in order to endure.
Thanks for tuning in today, legends. If you liked this episode, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, share with your friends, and if you have any recommendations or brands that you are keeping an eye on that you would like us to feature on the next brand breakdown, please slide into our DMs and let us know. And always tag us in the gathering on Instagram or Threads with your brand takeaways. Until next time.
Until next time.